The security cameras captured all Karen Mitchell's fingers stabbing the air like a weapon. Her voice shrieking across the parking lot. She's stealing. That pregnant thief is stealing. But what those cameras also caught was the truth Karen didn't see coming. The woman she targeted wasn't just any shopper, she was Detective Maria Santos. 8 months pregnant and off duty, buying groceries for her partner's birthday dinner. And when backup arrived, when Karen's lies unraveled in real time, when the handcuffs clicked shut, the karma was so perfect it left everyone speechless. Because sometimes the universe has a sense of humor, and sometimes justice wears a badge. This is the story of how one woman's hatred became her downfall, and how the very system she thought would protect her prejudice delivered the most poetic justice imaginable. The afternoon sun blazed mercilessly over the Westfield shopping center parking lot, turning the asphalt into a shimmering lake of heat. Detective Maria Santos shifted uncomfortably in her Honda Civic, one hand resting on her swollen belly while the other gripped the steering wheel. 8 months pregnant, and every movement felt like her body was betraying her. The baby kicked hard against her ribs, as if protesting the heat as much as she was. "Okay, little one," she murmured, rubbing her stomach. "Let's get Daddy's birthday cake and get out of this oven." Maria had been looking forward to this rare afternoon off. Her partner, Detective James Rodriguez, was turning 35 tomorrow, and she planned to surprise him with his favorite chocolate cake from the bakery inside Preston's Market. Simple, sweet, the kind of normal moment that felt precious when your job involved chasing down criminals and testifying in court. She locked her car and waddled toward the store entrance, her maternity dress sticking to her skin despite the loose fabric. The automatic doors whooshed open, releasing a blessed wave of air conditioning that made her sigh with relief. The bakery was at the far end of the store, past the produce section where pyramids of oranges and displays of fresh flowers created a colorful maze. Maria grabbed a small cart more for support than storage and made her way through the aisles. The store was moderately busy for a Thursday afternoon, filled with the usual mix of stay-at-home parents, elderly shoppers, and people like her squeezing errands into their schedules. At the bakery counter, she studied the display case of decorated cakes. The chocolate mousse cake looked perfect, rich, dark, with elegant swirls of frosting that spelled out happy birthday. In gold script, "That one, please," she told the baker, pointing to the cake. "And could you change the message to happy birthday, James, of course? Honey, give me just a few minutes." While she waited, Maria's phone buzzed with a text from James. "Hope you're taking it easy today. Love both." She smiled, typing back, "Hitting your surprise. Can't wait to see your face." The baker returned with the cake, now personalized and carefully boxed. Maria paid, tucked the box safely in her cart, and headed back through the store. She grabbed a few other items: James's favorite coffee, some fresh strawberries, a bottle of sparkling cider for their toast. At the self-checkout station, she methodically scanned each item. The machine beeped its electronic approval. Coffee, strawberries, cider. When she reached for the cake box, she noticed the price tag had partially peeled off. She tried to smooth it back down, but the adhesive had dried out in the heat. "Excuse me," she called to the attendant, a teenage boy, whose name tag read Tyler. "The price tag is coming off this cake box. Can you help me?" Tyler ambled over, looking like he'd rather be anywhere else. "Oh yeah, that happens sometimes. Let me get a new sticker." He walked away, leaving Maria standing at the machine with the cake box in her hands. She set it down in the bagging area and continued scanning her other items, figuring Tyler would return momentarily. That's when she heard the voice. "Excuse me, security." Maria looked up to see a woman marching toward her, blonde hair pulled into a severe bun, designer sunglasses perched on her head despite being indoors. The woman's face was flushed with righteous anger, her manicured finger pointing directly at Maria. "This woman is stealing," the blonde woman announced loudly enough for half the store to hear. "I saw her put that cake in her cart without paying for it." Maria's heart skipped. "I'm sorry. Well, don't play dumb with me," the woman snapped. "I watched you. You took that cake from the bakery and never paid for it. I saw you trying to peel off the price tag to cover your tracks." The accusation hit Maria like a physical blow. Around them, other shoppers had stopped to stare. Some pulled out their phones. The teenage attendant, Tyler, had frozen near the customer service desk, his eyes wide with confusion. "Ma'am, there's been a misunderstanding," Maria said, her voice steady despite the adrenaline flooding her system. "I paid for this cake at the bakery counter. The price tag came loose, and I was waiting for the attendant to—" "I don't want to hear your lies," the woman interrupted, her voice rising to a shriek. "I know what I saw. You people think you can just take whatever you want, but not on my watch." The words "you people" hung in the air like a toxic cloud. Maria felt her face burn with humiliation and rage. Every person in the checkout area was staring now, their faces a mixture of curiosity, discomfort, and judgment. "Ma'am," Maria said, her police training kicking in despite her civilian clothes, "I need you to lower your voice and step back. You're creating a public disturbance based on false information." The blonde woman's eyes narrowed. Oh, now you're threatening me, security. This pregnant thief is threatening me. Maria's hands instinctively moved to her belly, a protected gesture that had become second nature. The baby was kicking frantically, responding to her elevated heart rate and stress hormones. She needed to de-escalate the situation before it got worse. What's your name? Maria asked calmly. Karen Mitchell, the woman replied, as if her name carried some kind of authority. And I'm a member of the Westfield Neighborhood Watch. I know a criminal when I see one. Of course her name was Karen. Maria almost laughed at the cosmic joke of it all, but the situation was too serious for humor. Karen Mitchell was now attracting more attention, gesturing wildly and repeating her accusations to anyone who would listen. She's stealing that cake. I saw her. Someone needs to call the police. The police are already here, Maria said quietly, but not quietly enough. Karen's face contorted with confusion and then rage. What's that supposed to mean? Are you some kind of gang member? Is that a threat? Before Maria could respond, Tyler, the attendant, finally jogged over with a replacement price sticker. Sorry about that delay, he said, oblivious to the drama unfolding. Here's your new. He stopped mid-sentence, taking in the scene. Maria standing protectively over her cart. Karen Mitchell red-faced and pointing accusingly. A growing crowd of onlookers with their phones out. What's going on here? Tyler asked weakly. This woman is accusing me of theft, Maria explained. I paid for the cake at the bakery counter, just like I told you. The receipt should be in the system. Karen laughed bitterly. Oh, now she's going to claim she has a receipt. How convenient. I bet she's got a whole story ready. I do have a receipt, Maria said, reaching into her purse. Right here, fake. Karen shouted before Maria could even pull out the paper. These people are always making fake receipts. I've seen it on the news. The crowd around them grew larger. Maria could see people whispering, taking photos, recording videos. This was exactly the kind of situation that could explode on social media within hours. Pregnant woman accused of shoplifting or worse, depending on how the story got spun. A security guard finally appeared, looking harried and uncertain. He was young, maybe early 20s, with the kind of nervous energy that suggested he'd never dealt with anything more serious than teenagers sneaking candy. What seems to be the problem here? He asked, his voice cracking slightly. Karen pounced on him like a predator sensing weakness. This woman stole a cake from the bakery. I saw her put it in her cart without paying. She's been trying to cover it up, peeling off price tags and making up stories. You need to arrest her right now. The security guard looked at Maria, taking in her pregnant belly, her calm demeanor, her obvious discomfort with the situation. Mom, did you pay for the cake? Yes, I did, Maria replied, pulling out her receipt. I paid at the bakery counter, just like I told. That's fake, Karen shrieked. Don't let her fool you with that fake receipt. Call the real police. Call them right now. The security guard examined the receipt, then looked at his handheld device. I can check the system, he said uncertainly. But it might take a few minutes. A few minutes. Karen's voice reached a new octave. She could run away. She could have accomplices. You need to detain her immediately. Maria felt the baby kick hard against her ribcage, and she winced. The stress was affecting both of them now. Officer, she said to the security guard, I'd like to resolve this quickly. I'm pregnant. I'm uncomfortable, and this woman is making false accusations. Can you please just verify my purchase so I can leave? She's trying to rush you, Karen warned. That's what thieves do. They try to pressure you into letting them go.